Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
What's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. This is your midday Wednesday coming at you, and we already know it is Indiana Fever Media Day. No practice, nothing, just a lot of great pictures, a lot of great interviews from Stephanie White, Natasha Howard, Leah, Kelsey, Dewana, the rookies, Caitlin, everybody. So what I did is break down to certain parts of this because the media day was long and everybody got a part in it. And I might just do I might I might just drop a video each day to just to get a whole cover of the media so I could get everybody's interview in and have them have some talk time. So it might be just this probably this the one I'm gonna show you today and later today is going to be from Stephanie White by herself, and then the one is the part two is going to be for the players, and then so forth and so on. But anyway, I ain't gonna waste too much of your time. Let's go ahead and get at it.
Steph, 25 years ago, the original Fever team. Do you know who the original number 22 was on the roster?
I might know who that was. Yeah.
Do you know how many points number 22 averaged a game in that original season?
Not a lot, but I don't know. No.
7.2.
Okay.
But as Caitlin said, you probably were a good ball distributor.
Yeah, I sat on the bench a lot. Played a lot of different roles.
Still a fan favorite though. What just in general, what was the excitement? You look at where the
Yeah.
excitement for women's basketball is in this franchise based on that inaugural year when we don't know what it's going to be like or how long it's going to go.
What took everybody so long is the first thing that comes to mind. I think just being a part of this league, really. I mean, I came into this league in 1999, and being a part of this league for so long, and thinking back to our first CBA, and just wanting insurance all year long, to where this league is now. It's just, it's what we always thought it would be, should be, could be, and I'm thankful that I'm just still a part of it.
Coach, Amber has been very open to re-signing Kelsey and making Kelly the biggest focus and one of the key plays of the offseason. What has it been like to get on the court and start being able to coach a player like Kelsey?
It's been so much fun. I mean, yeah, she's right. That was priority number one, right? And certainly thinking about, I've been watching Kelsey Mitchell since she was a freshman in college. Covered her games a lot with Big Ten Network, and have always not just admired her game and the way that she plays, but the way that she works. She was always the first one in the gym. I remember watching her a ton, working out with her dad, and just the things that she was working on showed what type of worker she was. And for us as a staff to be able to utilize her natural God-given talent, her ability to just score the basketball, and trying to put her in positions to do that in a lot easier way, I think is fun for us. And being on the floor with her, it's just, she's faster than she even seems when you're on the sideline, when you're seeing her every single day. She wants to be great. She's playing, with probably the most talented team she's ever been a part of. And so I'm just really thankful that she's still in a Fever jersey. Wasn't you? Oh, okay. Oh, they went to that side. It's been great. Yeah, I mean, it's been great. And I say it, and it sounds cliche, but it's really true. I mean, it's coming home. Um, I grew up with a lot of these people that are in this building. I watched people grow up that are in this building, right? I mean, it's such such a family feel with this organization, with basketball in the state of Indiana. It is coming home, and there's a certain peace that comes with that, just as there's a certain comfort level that comes with that. But at the end of the day, we also know that we have a job to do, right? And so it's great to be back and to be familiar and to be a part of this franchise that's such a fabric of my DNA. But now that's over. We've started, and now it's time to play basketball.
Steph, a lot's rightfully been made of the championship additions to this team, the winners who have been there. How have you started to see them kind of mesh on the floor with the young core and with one another?
Yeah, they've done a great job. I mean, first and foremost, you hear it vocally, just in setting the expectations and in talking about some of the little nuance, whether it's spacing or whether it's timing, whether it's intensity level in a drill. You hear them vocally, and then secondly, you see them leading by example. I think the challenge sometimes for veterans when you come in is to grow the young ones in terms of their leadership. So being willing to help navigate, but also being willing to listen. And this group has been outstanding in that, and they just raise the intensity level. I mean, we have a core group that's pretty intense in general, but when you have players like DB and Tosh and Sid and Sophie that come in and just demand excellence daily, it just takes it to another level.
The highest expectations to be a vet in a long time. You obviously for a team. What does it take throughout a season to have that just keep everybody focused?
Yeah, I mean, first things first, we got to talk about it, right? We have to make sure that you can't rely on talent. We've seen it throughout the course of professional sports. Like, talent enough isn't good enough, right? We have to rely on our daily disciplines. Our motivation is fleeting, our feelings are fleeting, but we have to be disciplined in how we attack every single day. Our job as coaches is to maintain that level, not just the level that we expect, but the level that we accept on a daily basis. And so making sure we talk about it. Now, it also takes a little bit of luck, right? Like when we're trying to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish, a lot of things have to align. We got to put it together quickly. That's our job, to put it together quickly. We have to stay healthy. We want to be peaking at the right time. I know everybody expects us to compete for a championship in May. Well, that's not realistic. Like, we've got to make sure that we're taking our daily steps and we're getting better and we're stacking days and we put the best team and the best combinations on the floor that we can.
Same level. How have you learned as a coach over the years to be better at that?
Age. I mean, certainly I think life experience. You can ask probably anybody that's over 40, close to 50, over 50, like, life happens, right? Like, yes, we want to win, and yes, we're going to position ourselves to win, and yes, that's our ultimate goal. But life experience teaches us to not be too high, not be too low, that we have to approach each day and value each day with a certain discipline, a certain expectation, a certain understanding, and we have to go out and we have to live it.
I know some coaches will maybe shy away from talking about, hey, best rush I've been around 25 years and stuff. Why was it so important for you to be so transparent about that, especially on the team?
AC, you got me in trouble with that 2012 team. So, I think the most important thing is honesty and transparency and communication. I think that's always just how I've operated. It's how I wanted to be coached. It's how I want to coach. And look, like most good teams have that 8 probably player rotation. Like, we have 8 players who could start in this league. We've got a 9-10 player rotation that we can use on any given day right now. And so I think the quality of depth, and look, let's be honest, the league and the talent across the league is better than it's ever been. These young players that are coming in who have only known the WNBA, as opposed to some periods of time throughout the course of the WNBA where you're getting players who had regular jobs and then came back to play in the WNBA. And so the talent level across the board is as deep as it's ever been. Pressure is a privilege. It is. Like, we all know, everybody who's been a part of a team, everybody who's won championships, everybody who's been a part of growing something special knows that a lot of things have to fall in line for you to win a championship. They do. That's why it's so incredibly difficult. But we're not shying away from the fact that we want to win a championship, that we want to position ourselves every single day to win a championship. What's that? Well, because we have the deepest team probably that I've ever been a part of, it takes everybody, and it takes sacrifice. There are players who probably should be in rotation that might not be at times. There are players who probably should be playing more minutes that won't be at times. There are players who have open shots that pass up the shot to get the best shot on the floor. somebody's going to have to sacrifice at some point for us to be as good as we can be. And so if you talk to people who have won championships, they talk about being stars in your role. They talk about playing outside of position. Talk about not being in rotation, right? And we have players on our team that have won championships that have done just that. They haven't been the superstars. They haven't been the one that's been asked to score all the points, right? Or to make all the assists. They've been asked to be role players and stars in their role, sometimes not playing to having to be thrown out into the fire and staying ready. And that's what it's going to take. So we have to be unified. We have to be together in everything that we do. We have to sacrifice for the Indiana Fever. No, thank God, Scotty. All good. Thank you.
Now there you have Stephanie White's interview. The key word she said, sacrifice. That's what it's going to take for the Indiana Fever to win it all, to go into a successful season, go through preseason. You already seen it in the workouts. You already seen it in training camp, how they all are there for each other. Everybody's getting their hand dirty. It's not just, oh, well, we have certain players here. They're not going to do this. Everybody has to play a part for this team to be successful. That's what building a championship team is all about. And Stephanie White said it. She said, it's not realistic going into May and thinking, say, oh, we championship contenders, because that takes time throughout the course of the season. Do we as fans have that expectation? Yes, we do. Because what we see, what the team looks like and how it's built. But coaches know, say, hey, yeah, we might be a championship contender on paper, but it's going to take everybody to sacrifice. Another thing she also pointed out too, I want to say, because I have said this many times in my videos, the rotation might be different from game to game. And like I was saying before, last night on another video, is that when it comes down to Lexi Hall, she might not start right away, but there are matchups with certain teams that they could just throw a different starter in, because Stephanie White said it. They got 8 players on their team that could actually start, or starters. So why not experiment? And preseason is a way to experiment all of that and see what's going to work and going into the regular season. Because once the regular season kicks off, people, then it's all go. You ain't got time to be shucking and jiving and BSing around and everything like that. So I'm glad Stephanie White said what I have been saying, and just to see that her mind is focused and say, hey, it's going to take hard work, dedication to get to where we need to get to. Our goal is to win a championship, but when May starts, we're going to take it step by step. So it's great to see. I love it. So therefore, but anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you thought about Stephanie White's interview and everything like that. This is your Midday Wednesday, Livewire Sports Media, and you know what it is.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.